Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to fourth part of the lesson motion. Up to now we have learned distance, displacement, speed and velocity. So today we are going to do the next part of the lesson. Let us discuss about uniform and non-uniform motion. In uniform motion, when an object travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, the motion of object is said to be uniform. For this, I'll give one example. Just listen to it. Suppose a car covers 60 km in first hour, another 60 km in second hour, again 60 km in third hour, and so on. That means the car is moving in uniform motion. For example, the car should travel 30 km in half an hour, 15 kilometer in 15 minutes, 10 kilometer in 10 minutes, 5 kilometer in every 5 minutes. That means 1 kilometer for every 1 minute. Then only the motion of the car is said to be uniform. So in this case, the motion of a car is taken as uniform when it covers a distance of 60 kilometer in every 1 hour. That is the reason when an object travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, the motion of object is said to be uniform. Next we go to non-uniform motion. When an object travels unequal distances in unequal intervals of time, the motion of an object is said to be non-uniform. Or we can define it this way also. When an object travels equal distances in unequal intervals of time, the motion of an object is said to be non-uniform. For example, suppose a car covers 40 km in first hour, 50 km in second hour, and 30 km in third hour, and 70 km in the fourth hour, and so on. That means the motion of a car is non-uniform as it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. In this case, when a car covers 60 km in every 1 hour, but not 1 kilometer in every minute, so its motion may be as non-uniform motion. So we have other examples for non-uniform motion also. A body falling freely under gravity has a non-uniform motion. We'll discuss when the situation comes for these examples in detail. A train starting from one station and stopping at another station has a non-uniform motion because when the train starts and picks up the speed, the distance traveled per second goes on increasing. And when the train approaches the next station to stop, the distance traveled per second goes on decreasing. So the train is moving in a non-uniform motion. If you observe the graph for a uniform motion, what you are observing here, a graph is plotted distance versus time. The shape of a graph is a straight line passing through the horizon. This straight line indicates equal distances in equal intervals of time a body or an object or a car covered. Here, if we have to consider the direction of motion is always constant. So velocity is constant here. Then the motion of a body is said to be uniform when the velocity is constant. Remember this. So if you are observing this graph, this is a graph plotted for distance and time only, but it comes under non-uniform motion because it is a non-linear graph, or we can call it as a curve. If you see any graph relevant or related to a curve or a non-linear graph, that means it is a the body or the object is said to be in non-uniform motion. That means it is not following every hour is not following same distance. So what is the case here? The speed may increase for a particular time or speed may decrease for a particular time. So it comes under non-linear graph, or we can call it as a non-uniform motion. But we have to remember in this case, what is that is, velocity changes with time in non-uniform motion. Now here we have to come to uniform speed. Already I have discussed what is speed, velocity and all. Now we will discuss what is uniform speed. When a body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, the speed of a body is said to be uniform motion. Whatever the example I have quoted for uniform motion, then that a particular body is moving in uniform speed. Now, when you go to the next one, non-uniform speed, when a body travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, the speed of a body is said to be non-uniform. Already, we have discussed an example in the non-uniform motion. Then that type of body we have to take into account. Then the speed of a body is said to be non-uniform motion, or we call it this speed referred as non-uniform speed or variable speed or average speed. Now about uniform velocity. Already I have mentioned in graph related to uniform motion. What is that? Their velocity is constant. And in a non-uniform motion, I have told you velocity is not constant. So let us discuss a definition for uniform velocity. When a body is moving along a straight line means throughout the journey it should follow same path. Let it be the direction either east or west or south or whatever, covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. What does this mean? That means the motion should be uniform. Then the velocity of a body is said to be uniform or constant. I hope you have understood this. Non-uniform velocity. Velocity of a body is said to be variable. Variable here indicates changes. When it covers unequal distances in a particular direction in equal intervals of time. So this is related to non-uniform motion. Okay, I hope you have understood this also. Let us discuss one example for uniform velocity. When a train covers or moves on a straight horizontal track covering 60 km in each hour, the train is said to have uniform velocity of 60 km per hour. If at all, one more example for non-uniform velocity or variable velocity, when a train rounds a curve at a constant speed here, it has a variable velocity because the direction of motion changes continuously over the curve. Okay, keeping these 2 points in the mind, we have to remember for a variable velocity, what are the conditions we can change? By changing the speed of the body, by changing the direction of motion of the body, or by changing both speed and direction of motion. I have given three conditions for that to see uh, through activities. First activity is motion of a ball on an inclined plane. So you have to set up an inclined plane as shown in the picture and release a ball from the top of the inclined plane. Now in the picture you can see the positions of the ball at various times. Okay. Now what we are going to observe during the downfall of the ball is, and the ball rolls or moves down on this inclined plane, we observe its speed increases gradually and the direction of motion remains constant here. Okay. Now next activity. What is this? Similarly, you have to set up the same setup, inclined plane on a level ground. Okay, take a ball, but now you have to push it with a speed from the bottom of this inclined plane so that it moves upwards, the upwards in the plane. So the position of the ball at various times as shown in the picture. In this case, what we are going to observe is speed decreases while the ball is moving upwards. But in this case also, the direction of motion remains constant. Okay, is it clear, children? Before going into this picture, I want to tell one example. Just listen. If you go to a park, if it is in a square shape, when you are walking around the path in the park. So how many turns you are going to take? At least 4 turns. If it is pentagon, you take 5 turns to complete the path. But if it is a circular path, The park where you went, it has a circular path. If you're walking in that circular path, at every instant of time, you have to change the direction. If at all, if you're not changing the direction, you may not go in a circular path because you will be out of the path. For that, you have to maintain at every instant of time, you have to change the direction. Until and unless you change the direction, you may not follow the circular path. I hope you have understood this. What is this? If you want to move in a circular path, at every instant of time, you have to change the direction. Unless and until if you change the direction, then only you will be going in a circular path. Keeping in that in the mind, we'll come to the activity. What is this? Take a string, tie a stone to the string and whirl it. So when you are whirling continuously, you observe a circular path. Okay, that circular path is shown in the picture here, and you have to assume that the speed of the stone is constant throughout the circular path. Okay, now at every instant the velocity is changing. Okay, so that's what you are observing here. When a body moves in a circular path, we observe that speed remains constant and its velocity changes. Already we have learned what are vectors also. Okay, keep that in the mind. Now one more activity what we have to discuss here, motion of an object thrown into air. Already we have discussed. If these two conditions we will not discuss now at present. Now if you are throwing a ball into air, we observe the path is like this. This path is named as projectile. This is what projectile. And about this projectile, you are going to learn in the higher classes. The path followed by a ball when a ball is thrown with some angle with the horizontal, that path is called projectile, and we can call it as trajectory also. But these both you are going to learn in the higher classes. The main points you have to remember here is when a body moves in a projectile path, you have to remember here the speed as well as direction of the object during its motion changes continuously. This is a point you have to remember. When an object or a ball or whatever is thrown into the air, making an angle with the horizontal, so it takes a path. That path name is known as projectile. Okay, so but the condition you have to remember in this projectile motion is at every instant the speed and direction is changing continuously. Okay, on completing all the activities, now we have to remember the main points here. How we can change the velocity. The first one is speed changes with direction. Direction of motion changes with speed remaining constant. Both direction and speed changes simultaneously. So we have to remember when we get a uniform motion and when we get a non-uniform motion. Motion of an object is said to be non-uniform when its velocity changes. Motion of an object is said to be uniform when its velocity is constant. These points you have to remember for further classes. Today's class we have learned uniform motion, non-uniform motion, their graphs, uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, uniform speed, non-uniform speed, and the conditions for how to change the velocity. Okay, this is all we have learned for today's class. Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next online video class.